Yeah, and I think the biggest thing, from Sal, Anthony, and Paul, what you're talking about is that the biggest thing is that these entrepreneurs, these business owners, whether they're one employee or, 50 employees, whatever it may be, it's trust. Like that's when it gets to delegating, right? So it's trust, and then it's having the humility to remove your ego and go back to learning. Because us as business owners, sitting at this round table or this table right here is we wear multiple hats, or we've had to at one point or another, right?
Yeah.
To be able to adapt and pivot. And I think it's having those experiences it's easier to create change.
Yeah.
And when you've done something for so long, it's hard to break that habit.
Right.
It is. It's really hard to break old habits. I think you brought up another good buzzword, which is like ego, right? Which we all have egos.
100%.
We're all guilty of it. I think in business, a lot of entrepreneurs tend to what propels them to entrepreneurship is that kind of like they've got that burning desire and ambition, right? And a lot of times what comes with that is inevitably a little bit ego. You kind of need that fearless bravado, so to speak, sometimes. But you're right. Then you've got to kind of like check it to be able to learn new skills. But like you said, Hector, you got to be able to delegate and trust people.
Yeah.
Because if you can't, it's impossible to wear all those hats.
Yeah.
You can't do it alone.
Absolutely. Right. I think even for us as a business, this year in January we had our retreat, and we were like, all right, so what are my strengths? What are Hector's strengths? All right, let's divide the company, and you take care of one part of the business, I take care of the other one. But I know I can trust him to do his part of the business, same as he can trust myself to be able to do it. So if you're a business with 6, 7, 8 employees, like, what can you delegate, but what can you teach for them to be able to be successful for that? And everybody, one question that we always have, like, I'm afraid to teach them everything because they're probably going to take my idea. They're going to steal my idea. And I was like,
okay,
no.
So what do you, this is good. Tell me how you guys respond
what I tell them,
to this, this is good.
I tell them, like, okay, credit, yes, the probably has happened a million times.
Sure.
Absolutely. But if you show your talent and your staff, there is a way for them to grow within your company. Mm-hmm. You provide value. You continue to teach them and educate them to be better at their work. And then they can use those tools outside the workplace. They will stay for you forever because they believe in your mission. And they believe on what you're trying to accomplish, and they know they are a critical part of your growth. It's not just you growing, it's them growing with you. So I always tell them, like, think about yourself. If you had 6 people like you with the same knowledge, what will you be able to what are you capable to do?
Well, to kind of add what Paul's saying, to emphasize, hooking back the mindset, right, to that specific point, we go, so what? So what if they take your knowledge and they're going to go and open another business?
Because that's always my response. It's like, are you scared of that?
Yeah.
Like, go ahead. Like, what's going to stop them, right? You have you can't keep them there no matter what. The thing is, if you take care of your employees, they're going to take care of your business. But on the flip side is, like, we tell them, like, so what? They're going to go start another business. No one has your secret sauce. No one can do what you do because you started your business for a reason. Same thing as, like, with you, Anthony. No one can do what you do. I can try to do it. You can teach me everything that you know, and I can go open my other accounting business, but I'm not going to give the same customer service. I'm not going to treat people the same way.
Yeah. No, and I think a lot of what you guys do, and I've noticed this since day one, right, that I think when you interact, you two personally, when you interact with business owners, I think what you're doing is you're giving them the confidence to make these changes, right? Giving them the appropriate vibe, right? Yeah. Essentially, kind of telling them, building them up a little bit, letting them know, hey, here's what can be done. Here's how to do it. And you can do this. You know what I mean? Because I've seen you guys interact with
that's your secret sauce.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I could say the same thing, but I'll scare the heck out of somebody like with my approach. But I think for you guys, what you guys do really well is you kind of you disarm people in terms of taking away that fear factor, right? Like, hey, this isn't that scary. You don't have to worry if somebody's going to run off to replicate the idea. You don't have to be afraid of failure. You don't need to. Here's the other thing I've always noticed you guys do really well. You make people comfortable about things they don't know, right? Because we're all embarrassed sometimes, like me included, Sal, we only know what we know, but then there's certain areas, especially in business, like we don't know a lot about, and it's kind of like, ooh, I don't want to let on that I don't know that, because it's like it's kind of embarrassing, or it's kind of. But you guys, I've noticed, part of your sweet spot in working with businesses has been like, hey, everybody, like, let's calm down, let's be open. You create kind of that trust factor where people can say, like, yeah, you know what? I don't really know how that works. I don't really know how to communicate how much I value my employees to them. Show me that.
Right.
I'm willing to do
Yeah.
that because I see that there's value that can come back to me as the business. But yeah, you've got to kind of like disarm them and kind of break down that wall
Yeah.
so that they feel comfortable doing that.